Welcome to A to Z Tales. Sometimes revenge is not loud. It is not shouting, fighting, or trying to hurt the person who broke you. Real revenge is quiet. It is healing, growing, and becoming someone who no longer feels pain from the past. This story follows Ava, a woman who is betrayed by her ex-husband. Instead of trying to destroy him back, she chooses a different path. Rebuilding herself, loving her children, fixing her life, and finding peace. Years later, when he comes back looking for attention, her silence speaks louder than any argument. If this is your first time on our channel, please like the video to support us. Subscribe to our channel AZ Tales for more Learn English through stories. Click the bell icon so you don't miss our next motivational story. Ava stands in the small kitchen of her apartment, holding a cup of tea that has already gone cold. The sun rises slowly through the thin curtains, spreading a soft orange glow across the room. She breathes in and out, steady and quiet. Her two children, Emily and Jacob, are still asleep in the next room. The house is quiet, almost too quiet, but Ava is used to it now. Silence used to scare her. Now it feels like peace. But peace did not come easily. 2 years ago, everything is different. Her ex-husband, Daniel, lies to her, cheats on her, and leaves her with credit card debts and unpaid bills. He leaves without apology, without shame, and without looking back. Friends tell her you should make him pay, or take revenge, or get even. But Ava is tired of pain. She is tired of shouting, tired of crying. She does not want to fight in court or send angry messages. She does not want to beg for child support that may never come. What she wants is freedom from him, from the past, from the hurt. At first, life is hard. She works at a local grocery store, cleaning shelves and carrying boxes. Her back hurts, her feet hurt, and her heart hurts more. Every night, she sits on the floor and looks at the bills scattered like fallen leaves. Rent, utilities, school fees, credit cards Daniel left behind. She does not know how she will fix it all. But she tells herself one thing: I will not break. Ava starts with small steps. She calls the bank and speaks to a woman named Laura who explains debt plans and low-interest repayment options. Ava listens carefully, writes notes, and makes a plan. She begins paying little by little every month. It is not much, but it is forward. She saves coins in a jar in the kitchen cabinet. She stops buying coffee on the way to work. She sells old furniture online. She walks instead of taking the bus when she can. The kids do not understand everything, but they see their mother stay calm. Emily, who is 10, hugs Ava at night and says, "We're okay, Mom." Jacob, who is 7, draws her pictures of smiling stick figures holding hands. These moments keep Ava going. One evening, her friend Lily visits. Lily has been Ava's friend since college. She sits at the kitchen table, sees the piles of papers, and says, "You know, you could take him to court. You could destroy him if you wanted. He deserves it." Ava shakes her head. "I don't want to spend my life chasing him," she says softly. "That's not freedom. That's another prison." Lily does not fully understand, but she respects Ava's choice. "Then build something better," she says. "Make a life so strong that he can't touch it." That sentence stays in Ava's mind. Over the next months, Ava learns new skills. She takes online courses at night after the kids are asleep: business communication, accounting basics, customer service. Her laptop is old and slow, but it works. She writes notes, watches videos, and practices interview skills in the mirror. She updates her resume and applies for office jobs. She gets many rejections, but she never stops trying. Then one morning, she receives an email from a local insurance company, Brightline Assurance. They invite her for an interview. She buys a simple second-hand blazer from a thrift shop and presses it with a borrowed iron. On the day of the interview, she walks into the building with her head held high. She answers questions honestly and confidently. The interviewers like her calm voice and maturity. A week later, she gets the job. Ava becomes a customer service assistant, and within a few months, she is promoted to a team coordinator. Her salary is higher, and she starts paying more towards the debts. She opens a small savings account for emergencies. She cooks healthy meals at home and takes the kids to the park on Sundays. Slowly, the dark cloud of the past begins to fade. During this time, Daniel rarely calls. He sometimes sends short, emotionless messages like, "How are the kids?" or, "Can I see them next month?" Ava answers politely but briefly. No emotion, no drama. She does not ask him for money, and she does not ask him about the past. She has nothing to say to him except what is necessary for the children. One evening, Ava sits alone on the balcony after the kids fall asleep. The air is cool and the sky is dark blue. She closes her eyes and thinks about the woman she used to be. The woman who cried herself to sleep, who stayed with a man who treated her badly, who lost her self-worth. That version of herself feels like a different person now. She whispers, "I forgive you." Not to Daniel, but to the old Ava who did not know better. Forgiveness becomes her quiet power. Another year passes. Ava joins a meditation group at the community center. She reads books about mental health and healing. She starts journaling every morning, writing down 3 things she is grateful for. Some days her list is long, some days it is just my children and a roof over our heads. But even that is enough. She also sees a therapist named Dr. Harris, who helps her understand her trauma and rebuild her self-esteem. Your strength, Dr. Harris says, is not in your anger. It's in your choice to grow without destroying yourself. Ava smiles when she hears that. For the first time, she feels proud of herself. One weekend, she and the kids move into a slightly bigger apartment. It is not fancy, but it has 2 bedrooms and a sunny living room. Emily decorates her wall with drawings and quotes. Jacob puts his toy cars neatly in a box. Ava stands in the hallway with a deep breath and says, "This is ours. This is our fresh start." Meanwhile, Daniel's life does not go as he planned. The woman he left Ava for breaks up with him. His job becomes unstable. He moves from place to place. He writes to Ava more often now, not because he cares deeply, but because he feels lonely. She answers only when necessary, always respectful, always short. Years pass quietly. Ava rises in her job, becoming a supervisor. Her debts are almost gone. She starts a small college fund for the kids. She laughs more, sleeps better, and looks at herself in the mirror with confidence. One afternoon, while Ava waits in line at a coffee shop, she hears a familiar voice behind her. She turns around. It is Daniel. He looks older than she remembers. Tired eyes, messy hair, faded clothes. He is surprised to see her too. "Ava?" he says, almost shy. She gives a small, polite smile. "Hello, Daniel." He looks at her blazer, her clean look, her calm face. He notices there is no anger in her eyes, no sadness either, just peace. "Wow, you look different," he says. "I'm doing well," she replies simply. They talk for a few minutes. He tells her he lost his job and is staying with a friend. He asks if she ever thinks about the old times. She does not answer that question. Instead, she says, "The kids are doing great. Emily loves science. Jacob joined a soccer team." Daniel shifts his feet. "I miss them," he says. "And you seem so distant." Ava does not get emotional. "We're on different paths now," she says gently. He tries to laugh. "Do you ever think of giving me another chance? Maybe we could try again. For the kids?" Ava pauses. She looks at him the way a river looks at a fallen leaf, calm, unmoved. "No," she says softly. "The past is not my home anymore." Her voice is not angry. It is not sharp. It is steady like quiet thunder. Daniel's face falls. He did not expect that kind of strength. He expected tears, drama, or even anger. But Ava is not the woman he left behind. And that hurts him more than any insult could. He tries again. "Can we at least talk sometimes? I feel like you hate me." Ava shakes her head once. "I don't hate you. I just don't need you in my life." With that, she picks up her coffee and walks away. No fight, no loud words, no tears, just silence. That silence becomes his mirror. It shows him everything he lost, everything he destroyed, and everything she rebuilt without him. A few weeks later, he sends a long message to her phone. He apologizes, says he regrets everything, says he feels alone, says he hopes she forgives him. She reads the message once, calmly. Then she types back only 4 words. "I wish you well." Nothing more. She does not block him. She does not argue. She does not bring back the past. That is the end of their conversation. Ava's life keeps moving forward. She takes the kids on a weekend trip to the lake to celebrate paying off the last debt. She watches Emily skip stones on the water and Jacob collect colorful rocks. The sun warms her face. She feels light. Later that night, after the kids sleep, Ava sits by the water alone. The reflection of the moon dances on the lake. She thinks about all the pain she went through, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Because without that pain, she would not have become this strong. Some people believe revenge means hurting the person who hurt you. Ava now understands something deeper. Revenge is healing so completely that the person who broke you no longer has any power over you. Years later, Daniel still sends occasional meaningless texts trying to start conversations. She replies only about the children, never about herself. He tries to get emotional reactions, but gets only peace in return. Her silence, her growth, and her happiness become the answer he cannot escape. One day, Ava receives a message from Lily. "I saw Daniel at the store today. He looks lost. You know, you won without fighting." Ava smiles gently at the message. Winning was never her goal. Surviving and growing was enough. And that is exactly what she did. At work, her manager, Mr. Collins, asks if she wants to apply for a senior role in the company. She says yes. She fills out the application, attends interviews, and gets the promotion. Her new office has a window with a view of the city. She buys a small plant and places it on her desk. Every time she waters it, she thinks about growth. Slow, quiet, beautiful growth. Emily, now in high school, tells her one day, "Mom, you're the strongest person I know." Jacob, now taller and louder, says, "You're like a superhero, but without a cape." Ava laughs and hugs them both. She does not tell them about the nights she almost gave up, or the mornings she cried in the shower so they would not see. She does not need to. They see the results of her strength every day. One evening, as Ava prepares dinner, Emily asks, "Do you ever miss Dad?" Ava stirs the soup and answers honestly, "I don't miss who he was. I'm grateful for who I became." Emily nods slowly. She may not fully understand yet, but one day she will. Ava finishes dinner and sets the table. The apartment glows with warm lights. The smell of food fills the air. There is laughter, conversation, and peace. There is no revenge here, only healing. And that is enough. Have you ever stayed silent instead of fighting back and then later felt stronger because of it? Share your experience in the comments. If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful English stories. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. Want the next story about confidence, healing, or success? Comment below and tell us.